720. You know, you begin to ask, and it begs the question, are we placing more priority on rehabilitating these people than actually helping people who are victims, get, will I call it, get justice? Are we actually, as a country, are we actually prioritizing, reintegration, rehabilitation than making our victims get justice? Because you can really imagine how you will get to reintegrate these people back into the society where people who have been victims of their bad act, of their terrible act, will also see them. So when you look at all of this, is this really the way to go? The Borno State, the other time, I think some weeks ago, one of the Borno State government official actually said that these people that they swear by the Quran, and as a result, they would not go back to their act. You ask yourself, is it not the same Quran that these people actually use to commit the crime that they commit? How trusting is this Quran that they can actually say that because they're swearing by the Quran, they will not go back to their act?
Let me answer the question, please. Can I go ahead now?
Yes, please.
Thank you very much. You see, it is even this act of so-called reintegration that makes some of us conclude that this government is complicit with terror. I mean, this act of reintegrating these criminals into the society, because no other place in the world is such foolery tolerated. When the US took on Al-Qaeda, and even the Arabs take on their ISIS, the reality is very, very clear. These terrorists are they are irredeemable. Am I on? Am I still on?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, these terrorists are irredeemable, and the only solution to them is to cleanse them, clear them out of the society, because they are ingrained, they are brainwashed. So when the government has this so-called radicalization, reintegration, and rehabilitation policy, you believe that government is complicit in terror. And I remind you of one basic principle of Islam, Taqiyya. Taqiyya is deceit. And it tells even every Muslim that it is okay to lie, to deceive, so that you can achieve your Islamic aims. And I'm speaking from the Quran. Taqiyya is what these criminals are adopting. And Governor Zulu is aware of this. He's aware of Taqiyya. Can I please finish, please? Can I please finish? So Taqiyya is very, very germane in this process. They are deceiving, knowing they are swearing with the Islam, with the Quran. And Governor Zulu knows this. The federal government knows this. It's not a new concept. That is why the foreign minister of will you please keep quiet? Let me say the foreign minister.
What's going on?
Last day, the restructuring.
Dan, you've been here 11 years.
11 years didn't matter. You know what matters?
Oh, God have mercy.
Barrister, you can go
ahead.
Minister of the UAE Barrister
was very, very emphatic when he said that in Arab land, they treat these terrorists with the way they should treat them. But foreign countries deceive themselves. And by the way, it's not just by the Quran. Anybody who swears by the Bible is also fooling himself. Because the Bible says clearly, do not swear by me. So that the Burundian government is telling us that, oh God, the Burundian government telling us that these terrorists are joined by the Quran, that they are reintegrated. It's just foolery. That is why, in the Southeast particularly, people shy away from even joining the military. Because some of these rascal elements who are rehabilitated have been infused into the military, and that is why you have so much sabotage in the military. When you have terrorist elements in your military, how can you move forward when you're not even sure of your so-called colleague in arms, whether it's one of the terrorists? And that's why we are losing so many generals. We heard of this General Obama who was killed, despite making contact with the defense, with his brigade headquarters. He was still killed by terrorists because they knew where he was. So why would we keep on fooling ourselves in this country? And with regards to Mr. President's claim to having made progress in tackling terror, it only proves that Bola Tinubu is not aware of what he's talking about, or he is complicit. With all, when the Buhari and Bola Tinubu regime came in, they claimed it was only 14 local governments in the northeast that were under the control of terrorists. As of today, my dear, we have over 50 local government councils in Nigeria under the control of terrorists, where people who live there pay taxes to terror groups. And it has metastasized. It's no longer just Boko Haram. You have the ISIS, you have ISWAP, you have international terrorists coming into Nigeria. And they're killing people, and the government is harmless about it. They're even in the military because they are brought into the military. And the government is talking that he has made success. Success in what way? Is it success because Mr. Bola Tinubu moves in a 100-car convoy and nobody can come near him? Or that the chief of defense staff and the minister of defense, or they all move with security guards? But the average Nigerian, is the average Nigerian secure? Are we feeling any gains of the security moves by this government? Except to hear of billions of naira which are committed to security and which are even used for nonsensical purposes, such as buying bulletproof vehicles to retiring generals. How does that equate to helping to address the security problem? All over it, in my own community, right here in Imo State, people can't go to the farms because they know that the terrorist element is fueling. Terrorists are in the bushes, kidnapping them at will. And the speaker who says from Abuja, made an error. He's still referring to farmer herdsmen clashes. That is not a farmer's herdsmen clash, for goodness sake. Those are people who are trying to do ethnic cleansing. They pursue the original owners, they kill them, they rape them, and they occupy the land. And they're not farmers, they are killers who were brought in by the APC, according to the APC itself, when they were trying to dislodge Jonathan from government. And someone telling us that they're making progress with insecurity. No, there's no progress. Rather, we are degenerating daily down the drains. And I will all Nigerians, it has got to be a time when we should think of self-help measures. Because this regime, this government is not interested in our security. They are only interested in themselves. Even the current Minister of Defense, General Christopher Musa, knows he was only brought back as a Minister of Defense because of his Christian name, Christopher. When there was this issue of genocide against Christians, Tinubu felt that it was okay, let us bring in a Christian to save the whole politics. But as a commanding officer in several military formations, what was the progress report of Mr. General Christopher Musa? Zero. And now he's the Minister of Defense and Security, actually even achieving zero in the process. And we're talking of some progress in security. No, there's no progress in security. Rather now we are sinking down the abyss. Let me all Nigerians. We have to think of self-help. If you keep on relying on this regime to protect you, you're fooling yourself. And they have proved that repeatedly.
Okay.
When a top government official's relative gets missing, within a twinkle of an eye, they're able to locate and rescue the person. But when Nigerian children, yours and mine, when they get kidnapped in their hundreds, nobody is there to rescue them. And they keep on telling us that we shouldn't talk about the insecurity in the land. I mean, it's getting up. We are almost drowning in insecurity. And Nigerians should think of how to arm themselves, irrespective of whatever laws that are there. And I'm talking about because the first issue is to be alive. Any Nigerian who you hear now talking against arming Nigerians is saying that because he already has protection of either the police or the army. So it's only you and I who do not have that protection that should think of how to arm ourselves. Okay. All the criminal elements already have arms. And somebody in defense apparatus is telling us we shouldn't arm ourselves. Telling us that even the military are also part of the victims. Why would they be a victim when the same government brings in so-called rehabilitated terrorists into the military? And they're talking absolute nonsense when they make that comment that they're also victims. We know they are victims. The victims are the rank and file of the military. The young boys who are in the field, who are having to get killed because the commanding officers have shown the funds that should be used to buy them weapons. Simple drones like that, does not deploy effectively. Yes, the military is also victim, but they are the rank and file, the young men, the soldiers who go into the midst of battle to tackle these criminal terrorists, Islamist terrorists, and not those commanding officers who stay in Abuja in air-conditioned offices and drive around in bulletproof vehicles. Those are part of the problem we have in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Next time, I don't interfere when others are making comments. I keep quiet.
Nobody interfered. Nobody interfered, barrister. Nobody interfered while you were speaking. Yes, nobody did.
Oh, then I'm sorry for that.
No.
Barrister,
Nobody did.
Barrister, good morning. I think
good morning.
I think your phone is receiving signals from the federal government. So
From the Abuja guy.